trailing double digits in the polls. Ted Cruz continues to campaign in Indiana, urging voters to, quote, not give in to evil.
All across this country, millions of Americans right now are praying for you. You're being lifted up in prayer right now. Across this nation, Americans are asking that Indiana bring common sense and good judgment to save this country from the path that we are barreling down, to pull us back and bring us to the free market principles, bring us to the constitutional liberties that built our great nation.
Joining us right now is Trump presidential campaign national spokesperson Katrina Pierson. Katrina, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning.
So that was sort of like a preacher. I mean, what did you think about that, the Cruz comments just there?
I'm beginning to think that this type of discussion is a little bit more disturbing than any other, considering how Senator Cruz is now implying that millions of people, millions of Republican voters, including those in the South, are somewhat evil, and I find that a little disturbing.
Evil. We got some, well, we got reaction here on
evil.
the set.
Yeah, I can't watch it without laughing, and the big bummer is it's not a joke. This was a real speech that he gave. And yeah, so he's also saying that anyone who supports Trump is also evil. Is that what you're saying?
Well, anyone who's not supporting him, essentially, is evil and lacks common sense and doesn't have good judgment. And I do find that extremely disturbing.
Well, I got to push back, though, because some people might say, Katrina, look, I find it disturbing about this string of violent protests that we've been seeing at recent Trump rallies, including more planned tonight. What do you say to those people who say, look, you know, yes, he says whatever he wants, and yes, he's resonating with a lot of people because of that style, that brashness to him, but at the same time, it's also triggering unrest?
Well, you're right. That is disturbing, and those are anti-Trump people. So we need to figure out who they're supporting and find out where those leaders stand on these types of issues. But I'll also say that, yes, the truth is inherently belligerent. And I don't think anyone missed this idea that the second you started to fix the problems in this country, that there wouldn't be pushback. These are people who want the status quo. These are people who want to put Americans last. These are people who want to continue this outrageous notion that this country can survive without borders, without laws, and without restraint, and it's just simply not the case.
Well, to your point, Katrina, today the Wall Street Journal editorial page basically said these protesters are voting for Trump because they're pushing people in his direction. But I want you to address something Karl Rove was talking about, that Donald Trump needs to now, and he should have been even weeks ago, focusing on the general election. And not for, I mean, really, because he's still going after Ted Cruz and going after John Kasich, and he's acting like he's still got to get these two guys out of the race, when in fact, if he wants to unite the party, start talking more about Hillary Clinton.
No, and I think that's right when we are using conventional wisdom for a traditional campaign, and I think we all agree that we're not there anymore. But I'll also say he also mentioned, like, voting for Democrats in the past, et cetera, when he supported Rick Perry, who served as one of Al Gore's campaign chairmen. This is a different campaign. It is a different time. Mr. Trump does want to unite the party, but this is not about the party anymore, and that's what people are missing. So many new people are coming in. So many independents are coming over. Even Democrats are coming over to the Trump campaign because he's not doing this party identity. He's doing an American identity, the justice of the financial system, and for the people who are on the ground here. When these other two candidates are out, and remember, there are still millions of dollars of attack ads going against him in Indiana as we speak, he's responding to those ads.
Yep, I guess so. Katrina, good to see you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Great to be here.
Katrina Pierson there.